Fresh off a late winter snowfall, this red colonial near Worcester, Massachusetts, looks idyllic.
It's been a year. I miss her every day.
But the last year has been a stunning immersion into the worst kind of grief for the family that lives here.
It's choosing to wake up. It's choosing to breathe.
A year since Alicia and Dean Valores' oldest child, Alexandra,
Happy birthday,
a 17-year-old with a golden resume,
Please consider me for the National Honor Society.
walked to a nearby highway overpass and jumped.
I still feel this gaping pit, and it's painful.
We first met them last summer when they shared 2 journals filled with dark thoughts Alexandra left behind.
I'm not good enough. I'm worthless. These are ththings that we've never heard.
How could they know what lay ahead?
I think it was just last week. And then I walked past her bedroom. It's like she jumped off a bridge.
They're still learning about her death, discovering a failed suicide attempt 5 days before by tracking her phone.
And there she is for over 24 minutes mulling around, but can't do it and comes back. So she's tempting herself. Do you really want to die?
And imagine their confusion that in between Alexandra's attempt and her death, she seems so happy
Not too bad.
that her robotics team earned a trip to a big competition out of state.
Friday after school, she came home with her reservation number saying, "Mom, can we book our flight? I'm so excited. I'm going."
So how do you make sense of that?
You don't.
They still haven't touched her room and have a hard time crossing the bridge.
Sometimes it's like a magnetic pull, and some days you got to take a different route.
And don't quite know what to do with the reminders they can't avoid.
On Google, you'll get like, hey, last year at this time, you have these memories on this timeline, and I always want to see the picture, and I remember that was a fun time. But it's torturous.
They know moving into the next chapter of grieving is a matter of finding some balance.
That's part of the whole process of grieving, to get to a place that I can look back on her and enjoy those memories.
Alicia is headlining suicide prevention walks, visiting schools to share Alexandra's story.
If I can help make just one of those kids there think differently and telling someone that you're not okay. And if there's more people out there, then you know what? It's going to eventually change. It has to.
1 year later, Dean Valores fears the sharpness of his daughter's memory will fade, so he's turned back to his music.
This is real. Time is passing. It's just harder. It's just more grief.
And a newfound interest in poetry.
There's an apple tree just as you pass through the curve on Axtell Corner in Grafton. You've probably never seen it. A couple years back, Alexandra and I stole a big red apple. We shared it on the way home. Alexandra, late afternoon sun, strobe light pulsing through the trees, biting the apple, laughing.
And in his writing, Dean can try to find some kind of balance for him and his family, still battling a year later to make sense of the senseless.
Alexandra walked by that apple tree for the last time at 1 a.m. on March 19, 2018. It was very cold. Alexandra, you are missed. I hope for apples this year. I hope for the courage to take one.
Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Grafton, Massachusetts.